I think there are terms that I think that should be Yiddish. One of them is how you are sitting today, you are farflung, right? Which is different from far-fetched. That should be a word too. But I hope that even though you're spread out in distance, that we can come together in one heart. There's a very exciting story we're going to read today. How many of you have actually seen Cecil B. DeMille's 10 Commandments? Prince of Egypt, something, right? So you know we have this exciting story today that's going to be all about what it is to cross through the narrow place, to go from slavery to freedom. And we're going to do our singing in preparation of that. Now you should have a prayer book that says weekday and festival. Please make sure you have that, because otherwise every page number we call will be wrong, which we don't want to have happen. So I'm going to call out numbers, and the numbers are in the brackets on each page. So we're going to look right now at the introductory blessing, or the introductory reading for the seventh day of Pesach, and you can find that on 412. Then Miriam the prophetess, Aaron's sister, took a timbrel in her hand, and all the women came out after her and danced with timbrels. And Miriam chanted for them, "Sing unto Adonai, for God has triumphed gloriously. Horse and driver God has hurled into the sea." So we begin our service as we do every morning with Ma Tovu. Ma Tovu can be found on page 418 in your book. Ma Tovu, Ma Tovu, Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael, Ma Tovu, Ma Tovu, Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael, Ani b'rochasecha, ahavo beitecha, eshtachav elecha l'kodshecha, be'iratecha, ma tovu, ma tovu, Mishkenotecha Yisrael, ma tovu, ma tovu, Olecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael, Adonai, Adonai ahavti, be'om beitecha, u'mekom Mishkan kvodecha, Mishkan kvodecha, v'ani eshtachaveh, ve'echrah, evrecha lifnei Adonai osi. Ma tovu, sing with us. Ma tovu, ma tovu, Mishkenotecha Yisrael, ma tovu, ma tovu, Olecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael, v'ani tefilati lecha, Adonai et ratzon, Elohim berochastecha, Elohim berochastecha, Aneni be'emet Yisrael. Last time, here we go. Ma tovu, ma tovu, ma tovu, ma tovu, Olecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael, ma tovu, ma tovu, Olecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael. beautiful kavanah, an intention on the facing page. I'll ask that we read it together. May the one whose spirit is with us in every righteous deed be with all who work for the good of humanity and bear the burdens of others, who give bread to the hungry and clothe the naked and take the friendless into their homes.
Hands endure. May seed you sow bring abundant harvest.
So you have a choice. You can sing with us on 420 for the body or 422 for the soul. When I was talking about my mom last Sunday night, I omitted one essential piece of wisdom that she only said at Pesach. She would look at me with loving eyes and say, "Shut up, eat the compote, you'll thank me later." So it's the end of Pesach, and I'll let anybody draw the lesson from that they would like.
אשר יצר את האדם בחוכמה וברא בו נקבים נקבים חלולים חלולים אשר יצר את האדם בחוכמה וברא בו נקבים נקבים חלולים חלולים בלו יראנו לפני כבודך ואם יפתח אחד מהם או יסתר בחייהם אי אפשר להתחייב לפניך ברוך אתה אדוני רבי ובשר ובלי לעשות.
We give thanks for the daily blessings in the morning. I always say waking up is a really good one, and having an earth to greet and embrace, having loved ones, having our powers. We continue on page 424 with the daily blessings. And as I always say, it's a wonderful religion. That means you get full credit if you just say Amen. Okay?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lesech v'bina levchin ben yom u'ben layla.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam pokeach ivri.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asuri.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zokef kefufi.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam roka haaretz al hamayim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamechin mitzadei gaver.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam malbish arumim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam anoten layaf koach.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamavir sheina me'enai utnuma me'afapai.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani b'tzelem Elohim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani bat chorim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani Yisrael.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam ozer Yisrael bigvura.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam oter Yisrael betifara.
Amen. Please turn back one page at the bottom of 427. How as we incline our hearts to God before we look at Torah. So at the bottom of the page we read in English, always may each person revere God in private and in public, acknowledge the truth aloud, and speak truth in one's heart. So turn 2 pages ahead for the blessing for Torah study, and you'll find it at the top of page 430. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. So if you turn ahead now to 432, you'll find the passage we're going to be studying. And we're going to read it together in English, if you would.
These are
Are they
things
things
that
that
are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world, while the principle remains in the world to come. They are honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds of compassion, arriving early for study, morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick, providing for the wedding couple, accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer, and making peace among people. But the study of Torah encompasses them all.
So turn ahead to page 435. We seal off these morning blessings with a meditation on what it is to live in this world with thought, belief, faith, and experience at the bottom of the page together. I find by experience, not by reasoning, but my own discovery that God is near me, and I can be near God at all times. I cannot explain it, but I am as sure of my experience as I am of the fact that I live and love. I cannot explain how I come to live and love, but I know I do. In the same way, I know I am in contact with God. So if you turn ahead 2 pages, you'll find the beginning of the Psalms that we sing, Pesukei de Zimra, Baruch She'amar.
Baruch she'amar v'haya ha'olam, Baruch hu, Baruch oseh v'rishit, Baruch omer ve'oseh, Baruch gozer kayim, Baruch merachim al haaretz, Baruch merachim ha'abriyot, Baruch meshalem sachar tov v'reah, Baruch chai la'ad v'kayam la'netzach, Baruch kodeh u'matzil, Baruch shemo. Yai lai lai la lai la 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 lai. Yai la lai lai lai. Ya la lai la lai, ya la lai lai. Ya la lai la 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 lai.
On the facing page toward the top, we read in English, "With this do I prepare myself to thank, praise, and glorify my Creator. Blessed are you, sovereign of life, with whom we praise." On the next page, you'll find Psalm 100, which is the weekday psalm that we sing on the festival.
Hariu l'Adonai kol haaretz, ivdu et Adonai besimcha. Bo'u lefanav birnana, de'u ki Adonai hu Elohim. Hu asanu velo anachnu, amo v'tzon marito. Bo she'arav betoda chatzerotav b'tehila. Hodu lo, baruchu shemo, ki tov Adonai leolam chasto, ve'ad dor vador emunato.
We continue with the Ashrei on page 442. Please respond at the appropriate verses.
Ashrei yoshvei bitecha, od yahaleluch hasela.
Ashrei am shekacha lo, Ashrei am sharanai Eloham.
Tehillah leDavid, aromimcha Elohai hamelech, v'avarcha shimcha leolam va'ed.
B'chol yamav archecha, v'halala shemcha leolam va'ed.
Gadol Adonai umhulal me'od, ve'ligdolato en cheker.
Dor ledor yishabach ma'asecha, ugvorotecha yagidu.
Hadar kavod hodecha, v'divrei niflotecha asicha.
Ve'zuz norotecha yomeru, ugdalatcha asaprena.
Zecher rab tuvcha yabiu, betzidchatcha yiranenu.
Chanun v'rachum Adonai, erech apayim ugdol chesed.
Tov Adonai lakol, v'rachamav al kol ma'asav.
Yoduch Adonai kol ma'asecha, v'chasidecha yivarchucha.
Kavod malchutcha yomeru, וגבורתך ידברו.
להודיע לבני אדם גבורותיו, וכבוד הדר מלכותו.
מלכותך מלכות כל עולמים, וממשלתך בכל דור ודור.
סומך אדוני לכל הנופלים, זוקף לכל הכפופים.
עיני כל אליך יסברו, ואתה נותן להם את אוכלם בעיתו.
פותח את ידיך, ומסביר לכל חי רצון.
צדיק אדוני בכל דרכיו, וחסיד בכל מעשיו.
קרוב אדוני לכל קוראיו, לכל אשר יקראו באמת.
רצון יראיו יעשה, ואת שבתם ישמע ויושיעם.
שומר אדוני כל אוהביו, וכל רשעים ישמיד.
תהילת אדוני ידבר פי, ויברך כל בשר שם קודשו לעולם ועד.
ואנחנו נברך יה, מעתה ועד עולם, מעתה ועד עולם, מעתה ועד עולם, הללויה, 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 hallelujah, hallelujah. Try that again. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. So the last psalm is 150, and I hope that you'll feel free to join in. Here we go. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. 445.
Hallelujah, 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 ele kodsho, hallelujah, birki ahuzo, hallelujah, bikurotav, hallelujah, keropulo, hallelujah, 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 beteka shofar, hallelujah, beneder vechino, hallelujah, betofu machor, hallelujah, beminim ve'ugav, hallelujah, 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 b'tzilzalei shama, hallelujah, b'tzilzalei truah, kol hanshama tehalel yah, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Please turn to page 450 as we end the section with the blessing, the sealing blessing that ends this part of our service before the Baruch Hu. It's at the bottom of page 450. Baruch Ata Adonai El Melech Gadol Batishachon El Haodahot Adon Haniflaot Habocher Beshirei Zimra Habocher Beshirei Zimra Zimra
the facing page 451, as you are able, please rise for the Chatzi Kaddish before the Baruch Hu, the call to worship.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה
Amen.
מעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי וחייכון ויכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בעגלה בעגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן יש מירה במברך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה
בריחו.
לילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה
תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעולמה
ויאמרו אמן. ברכו את אדוני המבורך
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Vaed. Please find your seats. We're on page 454. We continue with the Yotzer in Hebrew. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Yotzer Or Uvoe Choshech Oseh Shalom Uvoreh Et HaKol המאיר לארץ ולדרים עליה ברחמים, ובטובו מחדש בכל יום תמיד מעשה וראשית. מה רבו מעשיך אדוני, כולם בחוכמה עשית, מלאה הארץ קנייניך, תברך אדוני אלוהינו, על שבח מעשה ידיך, ועל מאורי אור שעשית יפארו חסלה. אור חדש על ציון תאיר ונזכה כולנו מהרה לאורו. אור חדש על ציון תאיר ונזכה כולנו מהרה לאורו. ברוך אתה אדוני יוצר המאורות. Please join me in the translation at the top of page 456 of the Ahavah Rabbah. How deeply you have loved us, Adonai, our God, gracing us with surpassing compassion. On account of our forebears, whose trust led you to teach them the laws of life, be gracious to us, teaching us as well. O merciful one, have mercy on us by making us able to understand and discern, to heed, learn, and teach, and lovingly to observe, perform, and fulfill all that is in your Torah.
בתורתך תדבק ליבנו במצוותיך במצוותיך ויחד לבבינו לאהבה וליראה את שמך הגדול והנורא פתחנו נגילה ונשמחה נגילה ונשמחה בישועתך.
At the bottom of the page of the indent, we read together, "Gather us in peace from the four corners of the earth, and lead us upright to our land. For you, O God, work wonders. You chose us. Truly, you drew us near to your great name, that we may acknowledge you, declaring you one in love. Baruch atah Adonai, habocher b'yamo Yisrael b'yahava. Praise be you, Adonai, who chooses your people Israel in love. As you're able, please rise for Shema.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Please find your seats.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
On the facing page, we join together. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot, so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God.
Adonai Elohechem Emet.
On page 465, we offer responsively. I, Adonai, have called you to righteousness and taken you by the hand and kept you. I have made you a covenant people, a light to the nations.
We are Israel, witness to God's covenant with our people.
This is the covenant I make with Israel. I will place my Torah in your midst and write it upon your hearts. I will be your God, and you will be my people.
We are Israel. Our Torah forbids the worship of race or nation, possessions, or power.
Hate evil and love what is good. Let justice well up as waters and righteousness as a mighty stream.
We are Israel, schooled in the suffering of the oppressed.
Violence shall no longer be heard in your land, desolation and destruction within your borders. All your children shall be taught of Adonai, and great shall be the peace of your children.
We are Israel, O God, when we are witnesses to your will and messengers of your truth.
You are my witnesses, says Adonai, and my servant whom I have chosen. Know me, therefore, and put your trust in me.
We are Israel, O God, when we proclaim you the God of freedom, as did our ancestors on the shores of the sea.
Turn the page.
Shir
Please rise as you're able.
Zu Israel, Kuma Biesrat Israel, Ufedeichen Umecha Yehuda Israel, Koleinu Adonai Tzavot Shemo, Kedosh Israel. Baruch atah Adonai Ka'al Yisrael. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agiti latecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Mekoneh Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'imahot, U'mevii Geula Livnei Bneihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Moshiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham v'Ezrat Sarah. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו, לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומדום מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל.
On the facing page, we offer responsively, Your might, O God, renews the earth. With dewdrops of light and blessing, let the earth be illumined and blessed.
With dewdrops of joy and delight, let the earth rejoice and sing out.
With dewdrops of life and well-being, let the earth be revived and improved.
With dewdrops of redemption, let the earth be redeemed.
Livracha velo liklala,
Amen.
lechaim velo lemavet,
Amen.
lesova velo lerazon.
Amen.
Together, for blessing and not for curse, for life and not death, for abundance, not want. We continue on page 476 with the Kiddusha.
נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, הכתוב על יד נביאך, וכרזל זה ויאמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך כל הארץ כבודו. אדיר אדירנו אדוני אדוננו, אדיר שמך בכל הארץ, ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו, הוא מלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישפיענו, ורחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון שמך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Freedom. It isn't just once to walk out under the Milky Way, feeling the rivers of light, the fields of dark. Freedom is daily, prose-bound, routine, remembering, putting together inch by inch the starry worlds from all the lost collections. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Please be seated. On page 478, we join together in English. You have chosen us in love and favor by making us holy through your mitzvot and drawing us close to your service, that through us your great and holy name may become known in all the earth. In your love, Adonai our God, you have given us feasts of gladness and seasons of joy, this festival of Pesach, season of our freedom, to unite and worship and recall the exodus from Egypt. Our God and God of our ancestors, be mindful of your people Israel and recall our merit for good and grace. And in loving kindness and compassion for life and peace on this festival of Pesach, Zochrenu Adonai Eloheinu bo letova,
Amen.
Ufokdenu vo livracha,
Amen.
Vehoshienu vo lechaim.
Amen.
This day remember us for well-being.
Amen.
This day bless us with your nearness.
Amen.
This day help us to a fuller life.
Amen.
Page 482, we join together. Bestow upon us the blessing of your holy festivals, and may we so celebrate them as to be worthy of your blessings. Our God and God of our ancestors, make us holy with your mitzvot, and let your Torah be our way of life. May our rest on this day be pleasing in your sight. Satisfy us with your goodness, gladden us with your salvation, and purify our hearts to serve you in truth. Let your holy festivals remain our heritage, and let us celebrate them with joy, so that all Israel, hallowing your name, may have cause to rejoice. We praise you, Adonai, who sanctifies the house of Israel and the festivals. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh Yisrael v'hazmanim. Page 485. Know this, that each and every shepherd has a unique melody of his own. Know this, that every blade of grass has a unique song of its own, and from the song of the grass comes the melody of the shepherd. How beautiful and pleasant it is when one hears their song. It is very good to pray among them and enjoy to serve the ineffable. And from the song of the grass, the heart becomes filled with longing. And when the heart is filled with song and with longing for Eretz Yisrael, a great light goes forth from the holiness of the land upon it. And from the song of the grass comes the melody of the heart. Blessed are you, Adonai, whose presence returns to Zion. Baruch atah Adonai, hamachzir shechinato l'tzion. 486.
ועל כולם, ועל כולם, יתברך ויתרומם, יתברך ויתרומם, שמך מלכנו תמיד לעולם ועד. ועל כולם, ועל כולם, יתברך ויתרומם, יתברך ויתרומם, שמך מלכנו תמיד לעולם ועד. וכל החיים יודוך סלע, והללו את שמך באמת. האל ישועתנו בעזרתנו שמך, הטוב שמך, ולך נאה, להודות.
Please look at 490 as the last prayer in the Amidah for the festival, Sim Shalom. Some of us have sung this in our various places of worship, and this is participatory. So I hope that you'll join in. And it'll go a little quickly, so you have to kind of jump on the train. Here we go.
שים שלום, טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים ורחמים עלינו, ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל ישראל עמך, ברכנו יוצרנו כולנו כאחד, באור פניך, כי באור פניך נתת לנו, אדוני אלוהינו.
Sim Shalom, Sim
שלום, טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים ורחמים עלינו, ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל ישראל עמך, תורת חיים ואהבת חסד, ואהבת חסד, וצדקה וברכה ורחמים, וחיים ושלום.
Sim Shalom,
שים שלום, טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים ורחמים עלינו, ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל ישראל עמך, וטוב וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת, בכל שעה, בשלומך. שים שלום, טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים ורחמים עלינו, ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל ישראל עמך.
Please read with me on the facing page at the top. Before the gate has been closed, before the last question is posed, before I am transposed, before the words of the garden, there are no pardons, before the concrete hardens.
Before all the flute holes are covered, before things are locked in the cupboard, before the rules are discovered, before the conclusion is planned, before the closing of God's hand, before we have nowhere to stand, bless us with peace.
Baruch ata Adonai.
Hamevarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom.
And before we go on to Psalms of Hallel and praise, before we move on in communal prayers, please take this moment and think, what are you grateful for? Today we celebrate a miracle in the Torah. What are the miracles of your life that make you smile, that bring you gratitude?
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו כל יושבי תבל
At some point, we'll continue with psalms of joy and praise with verses of Hallel on page 560. 560, 60.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu mitzvotav v'tzivanu likroat hallel.
Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to sing hymns of praise.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, Avdei Adonai, hallelujah, et Shem Adonai, Shem Adonai mevorach, ve'ata ve'ad olam, mimizrach shemesh ad mevo, ve'ulal Shem Adonai, amakol goyim Adonai, al shamayim kevodo, Mikadonai Eloheinu, Amagili Lashavet, Amashvili Lirot, Bashamayim Uvaaretz, Miki Mirayafadal, Meashpot Yarim Evyon, Lehoshivim Nedivim, Im Nedivei Amo, Mashivi Akeret Habayit, En Haganim Smecha, Hallelujah, 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 Hallelujah.
Turn the page.
Betzeit Yisrael miMitzrayim, Beit Yaakov me'am lo'ez. Betzeit Yisrael miMitzrayim, Beit Yaakov me'am lo'ez. Hayta Yehuda lekodsho, Yisrael mashalotav. Hayam rav hayanos, hayardein nisov leachor. Eharim rakedu chelim, kevaot kivnei tzon. Malecha hayam, kitanu, hayardein, tisov leachor. Eharim, dirkedu chelim, Devaot, kivnei tzon, milifnei Adon, uli haaretz, milifnei Eloach Yaakov, ahofchi hatzur, agamayim, Lemaino mayim. Adonai zecharanu yevarech et Beit Yisrael, yevarech et Beit Aharon, yevarech Yirei Adonai, atanim im hagedolim, Yosef Adonai alechem ve'al bneichem, beruchim atem Adonai, oseh shamayim ba'aretz, shamayim l'Adonai, ve'ha'aretz natan livnei Adam, lo hametim hallelujah, lo yodedu ma, v'anachnu nevarech ya, me'ata ve'ad olam, me'ata ve'ad olam. Hallelujah.
Page 565, we offer the shortest psalm together in English. Praise Adonai, all you nations. Extol God, all you peoples. For great is God's steadfast love toward us. Adonai's faithfulness endures forever. Hallelujah.
Odul Adonai kitov,
Ki
חסדו. יאמר נא ישראל, כי לעולם חסדו. יאמרו נא ודרון, כי לעולם חסדו. יאמרו נא יראי אדוני, כי לעולם חסדו. הודו לאדוני כי טוב, כי לעולם חסדו. יאמר נא ישראל, כי לעולם חסדו. יאמרו נא ודרון, כי לעולם חסדו. יאמרו נא יראי אדוני, כי לעולם חסדו. יאמרו נא יראי אדוני, כי לעולם חסדו. מן המצר קראתיה, ענני במרחביה. מן המצר קראתיה, ענני במרחביה. ענני, ענני, ענני במרחביה. ענני, ענני, ענני במרחביה.
We continue at the bottom of page 567.
פיתחו לי שערי צדק, אבוא ועמודיה. פיתחו לי שערי צדק, אבוא ועמודיה. זה השער לאדוני, צדיקים יבואו בו. זה השער לאדוני, צדיקים יבואו בו. עודך כי עניתני ותהי לי לישועה. עודך כי עניתני ותהי לי לישועה. אבן עשו הבונים, הייתה לראש פינה. אבן עשו הבונים, הייתה לראש פינה. בעת אדוני הייתה זאת, היא נפלאת בעינינו. בעת אדוני הייתה זאת, היא נפלאת בעינינו.
Turn the page.
זה היום עשה אדוני, נגילה ונשמחה בו. זה היום עשה אדוני, נגילה ונשמחה בו. אנא אדוני הושיענה. אנא אדוני הושיענה. אנא אדוני הושיענה. אנא אדוני הושיענה. אנא אדוני הצליחנה. אנא אדוני הצליחנה. אנא אדוני הצליחנה. אנא אדוני הצליחנה. ברוך הבא בשם אדוני, ברכתכם מבית אדוני. ברוך הבא בשם אדוני, ברכתכם מבית אדוני. אל אדוני ויער לנו, יישאו חבבתים על קרות המזבח. אל אדוני ויער לנו, יישאו חבבתים על קרות המזבח. אלי אתה ועודך, אלוהי ארוממך. אלי אתה ועודך, אלוהי ארוממך. הודו לאדוני כי טוב, כי לעולם חסדו. הודו לאדוני כי טוב, כי לעולם חסדו.
We join together in the middle of 569. All your works shall praise you, Adonai our God, on your faithful ones, the righteous who do your will. And all your people, the house of Israel, thank you in joyous song, and bless, praise, glorify, exalt, extol, sanctify, and proclaim the sovereignty of your name. For it is good to give you thanks and to sing praises to your name, because throughout all time, to eternity, you are God. Praise to you, Adonai, sovereign, praised in song. Baruch atah Adonai, melech mehulal batishbachot.
You turn back to page 495 there to find our festival Torah service. 495 in the center of the page. After eating unleavened bread for 6 days, you shall hold a solemn gathering for Adonai your God on the seventh day, and you shall do no work.
Ein kamocha v'Elohim Adonai, ve'ein kemasecha, malutecha malchut kol olamim, u'memshaltecha bechol dor v'dor. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. Adonai oz le'amo yitein, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. Avarachamim etiva virtzoncha et Zion. Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim. Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim. Ki vecha levad batachnu, melech eram v'nisa Adon olamim. Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, ki mitzion tetzei Torah, u'devar Adonai b'Yerushalayim.
496.
Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah. Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah. Le'amo Yisrael b'kedushato. Adonai, Adonai, Rachum v'chanun, Erech Alpayim, V'ral chesed ve'emen, Notzer chesed alafim, Notzer avon v'fesha, V'chatan v'nakei. Adonai, Adonai, Erachum v'chanun, Erech Alpayim, V'ral chesed ve'emet, Notzer chesed alafim, Notzer avon v'fesha, V'chatan v'nakei. Adonai, Adonai, Erachum v'chanun, Erech Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai
Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonai Kadosh Shemo
Gadol Adonai iti,
Uneramash Yachdav Lecha Adonai HaGedula
והגבורה והתפארת והנצח וההוד כי כל בשמיים ובארץ כי כל בשמיים ובארץ לך אדוני הממלכה והמתנשא לכל ראש עבדים היינו, אתה בני חורין, 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 עבדים היינו, אתה בני חורין,
The exciting part comes at the end of Pesach. We left a week ago, and now we find ourselves at the sea. Now you can follow where we're reading in Hebrew and English. I'll be translating as I go along. The second part will not be translated because we're honored to have Cantor Berman sing the Shirat Hayam, the Song of the Sea. We'll get to that in a minute. We have two aliyot. The first aliyah is for anybody who has ever been in a Jewish youth group, BBYO included, Young Judea, Temple Youth Group, USY, NCSY, any Orthodox strays here, whatever. If you've ever been in a Jewish youth group, David, you come on up and you have the first aliyah. Look at all these youth groupers. I love this. What were you in, Mark? Gnifty or? What? USY. Okay. Here, you take this. We'll do two. Here we go. Here. Anybody want to touch? You right here? Matitzakalai, right here. Vayoma. Youth groupers age well. Look at that. Okay? Ready, guys? 1, 2, 3. Baruch Adonai Marach Leolam Vahed. Includes you. Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam. Amen. Simon says 2 steps closer. 1, 2. There we go. We are in chapter 14 of Exodus. It is starting with verse 15. It's on page 480, going from right to left in your Chumash. Vayomer Adonai al Moshe, and God said to Moses, Ma titzak alai, why are you crying out unto me? Daber el bnei Yisrael, speak to the Israelites, vayisu'u, and let them go off forward. V'ata, as for you, harem et matecha, lift up your staff, unete et yadcha alayam, and extend your arm out over the sea, uvka'ehu, and split it. Uva'u vayavohu v'nei Yisrael betoch yam yabasha, and thus the Israelites shall enter into the sea on dry ground. V'ani v'hinani mechazeket lev Mitzrayim. As for me, I will harden the heart of the Egyptians. V'yavo achreihem, so they'll go in after them. V'ichabdav b'fa'o uv'chol chelo uv'rochbo u'farashav. And I shall assert my authority over Pharaoh and all of his host, all of his chariot, and all of his crews. V'yad'u Mitzrayim Ki ani Adonai v'chabdi b'far'o b'rochbo u'farashav. And then all of Egypt shall know that I am indeed Adonai when I assert my authority over Pharaoh, over all of the chariots and all of the chariot hosts. Vayisa malach Elohim ha'olech livnei machanei Yisrael. And then there moved the angel of God that had taken up station in front of the Israelite encampment, vayelech me'achrehem, and it went behind them. Vayisa amud ha'anan mipnehem, and so it was that the cloud that traveled, the pillar of cloud that traveled before them, vayamod me'achrehem, it took up station behind them. Vayavo be'machane Mitzrayim, Mitzrim uvein machane Mitzrayim uvein machane Yisrael. And so it was stationed between the encampment of the Israelites and encampment of the Egyptians. Vay'anan ha'choshech, and there was cloud, and there was darkness. Vayar et halayla, and ya'er et halayla, it illuminated the night. V'lo karav zeh el zeh kol halayla, so that no one could approach one to the other. Vayet Moshe yado al hayam, and Moses extended his arm out over the sea. Vayolech Adonai et hayam baruch kadim, and God drove back the waters of the sea with a powerful east wind, kadim azah, kol halayla, all that night. Vayasam et hayam lechorovah, and God transformed the dry ground, the sea into dry ground. Vayivku'u hamayim, and God split the waters. Vayavo v'nei Yisrael betoch hayam b'yabashah, and the Israelites entered into the water in the midst of the dry ground. V'hamayim lahem choma, and the water was them for as a wall, miminim umismolam, on their right hand and on their left. V'yidufu Mitzrayim, and Egypt came in after them. V'yavo achreihem, and went in after them. Kol sus paro richbo farashav, every one of the horses of Pharaoh, along with the chariots and their crews, el tochayam, into the midst of the sea. Vahi b'ashmora haboker, ashmoret haboker, good. And at morning's first light, vayashkef Adonai el hamachane Mitzrayim, that God gazed down upon the encampment of the Egyptians, v'ba'amud ish uve'anan, out of that pillar of fire and cloud, vayaham et machane Mitzrayim, and threw the Egyptian encampment into a panic. Vayasar et ofan markavotav, and God locked the wheels of their chariots, v'yanhigeu b'chvedut, so they dragged heavily. Vayom ha'mitzrim, and the Egyptians said, Anusa mipnei Yisrael, I shall flee from before the Israelites, ki Adonai nilcham lahem b'mitzrayim, for God is fighting for them against the Egyptians. V'yomer Adonai Moshe, and God said to Moses, Netei et yadcha alayam, extend out your arm across the sea, v'yashuvu hamayim, vayashvu hamayim al mitzrim, so that the waters return upon the Egyptians, al richbo al farashav, upon its chariots and chariot crews. Vayed Moshe et yado alayam, and so Moses extended his arm out over the sea. Vayashov hayom lifnot boker, and the waters returned at morning's first light, le'etano, to their original strength. Mitzrayim nasim likrato, with the Egyptians fleeing before its advance. V'na'er Adonai el Mitzrayim, and God hurled the Egyptians betoch hayam, back into the sea. V'yashvu hamayim v'yichasu et rechav ve'et varashim lechol chel paro. So the waters covered up all of the chariots and all of the horsemen and all of the soldiers of Pharaoh. Haba'im achreim, who would come in after them, bayam, into the sea. Lo nishar bahem arechad, not even one of them remained. Uvnei Yisrael halchu b'yabashah, while the Israelites had traversed through the dry ground, betoch hayam, in the midst of the sea. V'amayim lehem choma, with the waters for them as a wall, miminim mismolam, on the right side and on their left. Vayosha Adonai b'yom hahu, and thus it was that God saved on that day at Yisrael, the Israelites, miyad Mitzrayim, from the grip or the power of the Egyptians. Vayar Yisrael et Mitzrayim met al svat hayam, and from their perch on the edge of the sea, the Israelites saw the Egyptians die. Vayar Yisrael et yad hagdola asher asa Adonai b'Mitzrayim, and thus the Israelites saw the great power that God had performed against the Egyptians. Vayira'u hayam et Adonai, and the people were in absolute awe of God. Vayaminu ba'Adonai u'Moshe avdo, thus they believed in Adonai and in Moses, God's servant. There's that card. Hold that thing up. Baruch and Amen. Everybody say Yeshua. Before you go down, if anybody has sung ever in a Jewish choir, ever sung in a Jewish choir, youth choir, adult choir, youth group, whatever, if you ever sung in a kind of choir, we want you to stay up here. We want you to come up. Lane, I think you qualify. Where's Laura? Okay. I'm not worried. Okay, here. Okay. There we go. That's fine. That's fine. You can do it any way you want. Do you want people to stand? I'm going to ask them to stand. Okay, good. Explain the okay. If anybody wants to use their talit, the beginning of the shir is right up here. Look at the. Please.
All right.
Sorry, and it begins on page 488. I don't have a mic, so someone.
488 is where you'll find it in the Chumash.
So, for those who are up here at the Torah, they can see that, and if you can follow along in your Chumashim, you'll see that the words of this next part are, as the Talmud might say, put together like bricks in a wall. I personally see it like waves in the sea, however you see it. This is the crossing of the Red Sea here. So on Pesach at our Sedorim, we reminded ourselves that we need to, we want to sort of reenact that, right? We should feel in our own lives that we too have been led out of Egypt. So as we read this in just a moment, I'll ask you if you want to, and if you want to be part of that reenactment, you can also rise. There are some special places in the shir, in the Song of the Sea, where there is participation from the congregation. So if you're following along and if you're comfortable in the Hebrew, you'll hear sort of the A part. In the A part, it goes, ya la la, ya la 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 la. That's your invitation for you to respond with. The next words are ya la 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 la, not with la la la, but with the next words, right? So ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, to which I will then repeat, right? Because the Torah reader has to say all the words. So you'll catch on very quickly. If not, just enjoy it. But it allows us all to do that imperative, if you will, to feel that we too are leaving Egypt in our own time and recalling those days of our ancestors. So.
1, 2, 3.
Baruch hu et Adonai hambarach. Baruch Adonai hambarach leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
If anybody wants to rise, this would be your time. Az yashir Moshe v'nei Yisrael et hashira hazot l'Adonai v'yomeru lemor hashira l'Adonai ki goga sus v'rochev orama v'yam ozi v'zimraja v'hili lishua Zeli anevihu Elohei aviva romemenehu Adonai ish milchama Adonai shemo markavot paro v'chelo yarav hayam umivchar shalishav tu be'uvayam suv te'omod yichas yumu yardu bimtzalot kamo aven yemin chadonai nedari bakoach Yemin Chadonai tirat oyev, uverov gonecha teharos, kamecha tishlach aronecha yochalemo kakash, uveruach apecha nermu mayim, nitzevu kemodnei nozelim, kavu uvdomot belev yam, amar oyev erdov asig achalek shalat tivlehemo nafshi, arik harbi torishem Yadi nashafta veruchacha ki samo yam zalalu koferet b'mayim adirim micha mocha bo'elim Adonai mika mocha nedar b'kodesh Norati lodos fella. Natita yaminecha tivla emo adat nachita v'chastecha amzuga alta nechalta v'ozecha anave kodshecha sama'u amim yirgazun chelechaz yosheve pelashet az nevhalo alufei adom alem mo'av yochazem morad nahamogu kol yoshvei Canaan tipal alehem emata v'fachad begadal zeroacha yidemu ka'aven ad yavor amecha Adonai Ad yavor amzukanita devie movetita emo bahar nachalatecha machon l'shivtecha pa'alta Adonai migdash Adonai konene yadecha Adonai yimlo. That was the tricky one. Adonai yimlo kle'olam va'ed kiva susparo v'richbo uvefarashav bayam vayashov Adonai alehem et me hayam uvnei Yisrael halechu b'yabesha betoch hayam v'tikach Miriam haneviyah achot Aharon et hatov b'yadah v'tetzena kohanashim acherim batupim uvimcholot uvatan lahem Miriam shiru l'Adonai ki goga sus v'rochevo ramavayam. Ready? Want to touch and kiss?
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu torat emet v'chayei olam natan b'torkeinu Baruch Adonai Eloheinu Torah.
Greenhorn translation. Then Moses and the Israelites sang this song to the Lord. This is where you started to sing, right? I will sing to the Lord, for he has triumphed gloriously. Horse and driver he has hurled into the sea. The Lord is my strength and mighty he has become my salvation. This is my God, and I will enshrine him. The God of my father, and I will exalt him. The Lord, the warrior, Lord is his name. Pharaoh's chariots and his armies he has cast into the sea, and the pick of his officers are drowned in the sea of reeds. The deeps covered them. They went down into the depths like a stone. Your right hand, right, you're saying this part too. Your right hand, O Lord, glorious in power. Your right hand, O Lord, shatters the foe. In your great triumph, you break your opponents. You send forth your fury. It consumes them like straw. At the blast of your nostrils, the water piled up. The flood stood straight like a wall. The deeps froze in the heart of the sea. The foe said, I will pursue. I will overtake. I will divide the spoil. My desire shall have its fill of them. I will bear my sword. My hand shall subdue them. You made your wind blow. The sea covered them. They sank like lead in the majestic waters. And then we recognize these words, who is like you, right? Michamocha, O Lord, among the celestials. Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in splendor, working wonders. You put out your right hand, the earth swallowed them. In your love you lead the people you redeemed. In your strength you guide them to your holy abode. The peoples hear, they tremble. Agony grips the dwellers in Philistia. You are the clans of Edom dismayed, the tribes of Moab. Trembling grips them. All the dwellers in Canaan are aghast. Terror and dread descend upon them. Through the might of your arm, they are still as stone. Till your people cross over, O Lord, till your people cross whom you have ransomed. You will bring them and plant them in your own mountain, the place you made to dwell, O Lord, the sanctuary, O Lord, which your hands established. The Lord will reign forever and ever. Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. For the horses of Pharaoh with his chariots and horsemen went into the sea, and the Lord turned back on them the waters of the sea. But the Israelites marched on dry ground in the midst of the sea. And finally, if I can, thin page here. Then Miriam the prophetess Aaron's sister took a timbrel in her hand, and all the women went out after her and danced with timbrels. And Miriam chanted for them, "Sing to the Lord, for he has triumphed gloriously. Horse and driver he has hurled into the sea." I think it was no accident that the singers were invited up for that aliyah. Thank you, Rabbi Gibson.
So the time has come for our Mishaberach. And before the Mishaberach is sung, we're going to invite people to recite the names of those for whom you wish healing of body, mind, and spirit. If you're using the Hebrew name, we use the name, then son or daughter of mothers, because we do believe that healing is in the name of mothers. So as I go through the congregation, I'd like you to feel free to say names out loud. The only thing is, please don't raise your hand. Class is out for the day. So, anybody? Yeah, please play. Page 511.
The ones before
Page 511.
help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
As you were able, please rise for the lifting of Torah Yah Ta'amod HaMagbiha. Sorry. Show everybody this year. Ooh, he's strong.
וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה.
Romemu
Adonai Eloheinu והשתחוו להר קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו.
Are you doing that? Okay. The page number, this is the version we use out there, so this is the page number.
The Haftarah
It'll fit
for
over. It'll
the
fit.
seventh day of Pesach can be found on 1662 in this book.
I'll hold it. You want to just do it?
I'm just going to be reading a selection from 2 Samuel. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nvi'im tovim v'ratza v'divreihem hanemarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'torah ובמשה עבדו ובישראל עמו ובנביאי האמת והצדק. וידבר דוד לאדוני את דברי השירה הזאת ביום. הציל אדוני אותו מכף כל אויביו ומכף שאול. ויאמר אדוני צלעי ומצודתי ומפלתי לי אלוהי צורי אחסה בו מגיני בקרן אישי משגבי ומנוסי מושיעי מחמאס תושיעני מהולה אקרא אדוני ומאויבי יבשע כי עפפוני משברי מוות נחלי בליעל יבעטוני חבלי שאול סבוני קידמוני מוקשי מוות בצרי אקרא אדוני ובאל אלוהי אקרא וישמע מהיכלו קולי ושבתי באזניו ויתגעש ותרעש הארץ מוסדות השמיים ירגזו ויתגעשו כי חרה לו עלה עשן באפו ואש מפיו תאכל גחלים ברו ממנו ויט שמיים וירד בערפל תחת רגליו וירכב על כרוב ויעוף וירא על כנפי רוח וישת חושך סביבותיו סוכות חשרת מים עבי שחקים מנוגה נגדו בערו כחלי אש ירעם מן השמיים אדוני ועליון ייתן קולו וישלח חיצים ויפיצם ברק ויהום ויראו אפיקי ים יגלו מוסדות תבל בגרת אדוני מנשמת רוח אפו אפו ישלח ממרום ייקחני ימשני ממים רבים יצילנו מאויבי אז משנאי כי אמצו ממני יקדמוני ביום עדי ויהי אדוני משען לי ויוצא למרחב אותי ויחלצני כי חפץ בי יגמלני אדוני כצדקתי כבור ידי ישיב לי כי שמרתי דרכי אדוני ולא רשעתי מאלוהי כי כל משפטיו לנגדי וחוקותיו לא אסור ממנה ואהיה תמים לו ואשתמרה מעוני וישב אדוני לי כצדקתי כבורי לנגד עיניו אם חסיד תתחסד אם גיבור תמיד תתמם אם נבר תתעבר ואם עיקש תתפל ואת עם אני תושיע ועיניך על רמים תשפיל כי אתה נראה אדוני ואדוני יגיע חושקי. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, tzur kol haolamim, tzadik b'chol hadorot, ha'ne'eman, ha'omer ve'oseh, ha'medaber u'mekayem, shekol devarav emet v'tzedek, al ha'torah, ve'al ha'avodah, ve'al ha'levi'im, ve'al chag ha'matzot, ve'et yom chag ha'matzot hazeh, שנתת לנו, אדוני אלוהינו, לששון ולשמחה, לכבוד ולתפארת. על הכל, אדוני אלוהינו, אנחנו מודים לך, מברכים אותך, יתברך שמך בפי כל חי, תמיד לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדיש ישראל והזמנים.
Amen. Part of our festival morning service, we share Yizkor, and so I invite you to turn with me to page 574. Turn back a few pages. Adonai, what are we that you have regard for us? What are we that you are mindful of us? We are like a breath, our days a passing shadow. We come and go like grass, which in the morning shoots up, renewed, and in the evening fades and withers. You cause us to revert to dust, saying, "Return, O mortal creatures. Would that we were wise, that we understood where we are going. For when we die, we carry nothing away. Our glory does not accompany us. Mark the wholehearted, and behold the upright. They shall have peace. Adonai, you redeem the soul of your servants, and none who trust in you shall be desolate." On page 576, Psalm 23.
Adonai roi lo eschatar bino deshayar bitzeni al mei menuchot yenaleni nafshi תערוך לפניי שולחן נגד צורריי, תישון דבר שמן ראשי, כוסי רוויה. אך טוב החסד ירדפוני כל ימי חיי, ושבתי בבית אדוני לאורך ימים.
We read together a psalm of David. Adonai is my shepherd, I lack nothing. God makes me lie down in green pastures. God leads me to water in places of repose. God renews my life. God guides me in right paths as befits God's name. Though I walk through a valley of deepest darkness, I fear no harm, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You spread a table before me in full view of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My drink is abundant. Only goodness and steadfast love shall pursue me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of Adonai for many long years. The facing page.
Shiviti Adonai
וישמח ליבי ויגל כבודי אך בשרי ישכון לבטח כי לא תעזוב נפשי לשאול לא תיתן חסידך לראות שחר תודיעני אור חיים שוב שמחות את פניך לרמוד בימינך נצח.
At the bottom of the facing page, each person has a name. We each have a name given by God and given by our father and mother. We each have a name given by our stature and smile and given by our attire. We each have a name given by the hills and given by the walls. We each have a name given by the stars and given by our friends. We each have a name given by our sins and given by our yearnings. We each have a name given by our enemies and given by love. We each have a name given by celebrations and given by our work. We each have a name given by the seasons and given by our blindness. We each have a name given by the sea and given by
Even though my marriage didn't last, my wedding day was one of the best days of my life. Everything was perfect, from the weather to my gown to the food to the celebration with friends and family. I was so in love and so happy to be surrounded by people that I loved that I thought I would burst. And yet, even in the midst of all that joy, there were twinges of sadness and longing. My grandfather on my dad's side, who died less than a year after my bat mitzvah, wasn't there to celebrate with us. Neither was my grandfather on my mom's side. My wedding day would have been his 84th birthday, except that he had died when he was 60. It's impossible to describe how much my grandfathers were missed that day. They were missed when they weren't standing with the rest of my family during the ketubah signing. They were missed when my cousins accompanied my grandmothers in the procession. And they were missed when we couldn't take pictures with them. Yet despite their physical absence, my grandfathers were so present with us on that day. My parents and aunts talked about what my grandfathers would have appreciated or reacted to. Pictures from their weddings sat on the table with the guest book. And instead of themed candies or other party favors, each guest was given a $2 bill, my grandfather's favorite, to donate to one of two organizations that both of them would have supported. While my grandfathers didn't live long enough to celebrate with me on my wedding day, they were still a significant part of it. They had to be. It was utterly inconceivable to leave them out of such a joyous and momentous day. I know I'm not the only one who feels this way, and not just because I can see on some of your faces that you feel that way too or have felt that way. We see something similar also in the story of our ancestors' departure from Egypt, part of which we just read, but in a few verses, the chapter before, the ones we just read, in the midst of everyone getting together to leave, Moses gets Joseph's bones. Now, I just want you to picture this for a second. They are getting ready to leave, not just getting ready to leave, but gathering everything together to leave. And it's so fast, it's happening so quickly that they don't even have time to let the dough rise to bake into bread. That's how quick it's happening. But still, Moses takes time to get Joseph's bones. It was just as inconceivable for the Israelites to leave Egypt without Joseph as it was for my grandfathers to be left out of my wedding day. And in some sense, that's why we have Yizkor services on holidays like Pesach, when we're supposed to rejoice. It's hard enough to live our daily lives without our beloved dead, but to not have them for holidays and celebrations, impossible. So we remember them and tell stories about them and honor them with prayers and by lighting memorial candles. They will never be truly out of our lives as long as we keep their memories and legacies alive. But along with those twinges of sadness and loss is the incredible reminder that our beloved dead would want us to rejoice in our holidays and celebrations. Mourning is appropriate at certain times, but it cannot overshadow the life we still get to live and the love and joy that surround us. We honor our loved ones best by taking advantage of the time we have, of living our lives fully, of making their legacy, not their death, part of who we are and how we act in the world. My teacher and mentor, Rabbi Richard Levy, who himself is nearing death at this point, taught that this is in fact the purpose of having Yizkor on festivals. We need the space and time of Yizkor to remember our loved ones who can no longer join our celebrations. And even more important, Yizkor is the opportunity to remind us of the blessings we have because of our beloved dead. On Pesach, we remember that we were free because of what our ancestors did for us. The Israelites carried Joseph's bones with them because he was the reason that they survived a terrible famine and had a safe place to live. Yes, eventually that safety turned into slavery, but only once Joseph's legacy had been lost from Egyptian memory. Not so for the Israelites, who still kept alive the story of the ancestor who saved them. I wish we knew how the Israelites remembered Joseph. Maybe there was a musical about his colorful coat back then too. But we know that his descendants remembered, and perhaps even celebrated the blessings he left them when they took the time to collect his bones in the midst of fleeing Egypt. But Pesach is not just a story about long ago. We know that in recent generations, our loved ones fled persecution or instability to create new and better lives for us so that we get to rejoice on this holiday today. And in telling these stories, we remember the traditions that our loved ones brought into our holiday celebrations, making it impossible to celebrate without remembering the blessings they gave us. For example, the china I use for my Seder is my maternal grandparents' wedding china. And every Seder includes a retelling of the way my dad's family speed reads through the Haggadah to see who can get to the end first. We talk about how matzah brai was one of my paternal grandmother's favorite foods, so much so that when she was dying, she insisted that my aunt make her some before Pesach, just in case she didn't make it to the holiday. It was a good thing because that was her last meal and she died a few days before Pesach. My dad makes matzah brai her way, so that's also the way I make it. And I couldn't imagine having Pesach without having my grandparents' legacy and stories so present in the celebration. Yes, it pains me and my family that they are physically absent from the table, but they are also so profoundly present in our memories, in our stories, and in our joy. And so as we take a few moments now to offer prayers of love and memory, I invite you to reflect on the blessings that you enjoy because of the loved ones you have who have died. What legacies, what stories or traditions did they leave you to share with others? May these gifts of our loved ones flourish now and in every generation. Amen. The silent Yizkor is on page 580.
In the rising of the sun, and in its going down, we remember them. In the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, we remember them. In the opening of buds and in the rebirth of spring, we remember them. In the blueness of the sky and in the warmth of the summer, we remember them. In the rustling of the leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we remember them. In the beginning of the year and when it ends, we remember them. When we are weary and need of strength, we remember them. When we are lost and sick at heart, we remember them. When we have joys we are to share, we remember them. So long as we live, they too shall live, for they are now part of us, and we remember them. The El Male Rachamim on page 318. Please.
שוכן במרומים, המצא מנוחה נכונה, תחת כנפי השכינה, עם קדושים וטהורים, כזוהר הרקיע, מסהירים לנשמות יקירינו שהלכו לעולמים. בעל הרחמים יסתירם בסתר כנפיו לעולמים, ויצרור בצרור החיים את נשמתם. אדוני הוא נחלתם, וינוחו בשלום על משכבם, ונאמר אמן.
Fully compassionate God on high, to our loved ones who have entered eternity, grant clear and certain rest with you in the lofty heights of the sacred and pure, whose brightness shines like the very glow of heaven. Source of mercy, forever enfold them in the embrace of your wings, and secure their souls in eternity. Adonai, they are yours. They will rest in peace. Amen.
Amen.
We turn back to page 514 as we prepare to return the Torah to the Ark.
יהללו את שם אדוני, כי נשגב שמו לבדו. הודו על ארץ ושמיים, וירם קרן לעמו, תהילה לכל חסידיו, לבני ישראל
Am Kerovo.
Hallelujah, hallelujah. It's chaim hi lamachzikim ba v'tomechea meushar zerachea darchei noam v'chol netivotea shalom. Hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva. Chadish, Chadish Yameinu, Chadish Yameinu kekedem.
Just a few brief announcements, Rabbi Bisno, if you would please. for both of our congregations as we enter into Shabbat after the holiday. Temple Sinai is dedicated to the Israeli calendar and the Torah. The Torah says you shall observe Pesach for 7 days, and that's what they do in Israel. That's what we do. So we will have a Pesach meal right after this service. It'll be in the Falk Auditorium. All are welcome to come and enjoy. And please don't sit at the Rodef or Sinai table. Please find other people to sit with and make new friends. Tonight, our service for Kabbalat Shabbat is at 7 o'clock, and Rodef Shalom's is at?
5:30.
At 5:30. Tomorrow, we have Torah study at 8:30 in the morning, and 9:15 is our regular Shacharit service. And tomorrow?
Rabbi Mahler will be teaching for Avot for the next 7 weeks as of 9:15 tomorrow morning, and our service will be at 10:30.
On the 28th, Sunday, we have our Hartman seminar that meets every Sunday. It's also the last day of our Next Door, Next Generation Religious School program, and all of our kids will be revealing, right? Won't they be revealing all their special projects and things like that? And so, also, just a reminder, this coming Thursday night at the JCC will be the evening service or program put together by the Holocaust Center for Yom HaShoah Ugvura, the Day of Holocaust Remembrance and the Remembrance of Heroism as well. That's coming up very soon. Okay, I think that's it. And Ellen, thank you very, very much for your music, and thank you to both Cantor Berman and our Cantora soloist Molly May for all the beautiful music that you led us with today. Okay. So if you look at your book on page 586 in the middle of the page, you'll find Aleinu, our concluding set of prayers for which we rise as we are able.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר וידוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא,
Please find your seats.
יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
Rabbi Bisno, please join me. Tonight, we are going to read the names of all those whose yahrzeits occur in the coming week, but we especially note the deaths of those that occurred in more recent days. And unfortunately, in the Temple of Sinai family of families, there have been many. If I read the name of somebody for whom you are saying Kaddish, we'll ask you to rise so we can recognize you as a mourner. And after that, we'll all rise together because we believe that no mourner should ever need to stand alone. This week, we especially remember the recent deaths of Maury Sable, whose burial will be out of Sugars at 3 o'clock on Sunday, with a burial to follow at Temple of Sinai Memorial Park. Nancy Ruth Bett, the mother of Michael. My mother, Lois Gibson. Jerome Krasenstein, Billy Joe Jordan. Julian Samuel Ansel. Shirley Paulamus Cochran. Marianne Stevenson. Walt Rudolph. Sidney Rosenberg. Sil Moritz. Marvin Levitt. Ivan Kaplan.
Sigmund Wilkemir.
If there's anybody who is in a shloshim, will you please recite the name and rise? We rise with our mourners. We're on page 598 in our books. Yitgadal,
Yitgadash Shmei Rabbah, B'yoma Divrach Erutei Yamlich Malchutei, B'chayechon U'Yomechon U'B'chayei Chol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala V'Zman Kariv V'Imru Amen, Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Le'olam U'Lamei Almaya, Yibarach V'Yishtabach V'Yipa'ar V'Yitromam V'Yitnaseh, V'Yitadar V'Yitaleh V'Yitalal Shmei Kudsha B'Rihu, Ve'ela Min Kol Birchata V'Shirata, Tushbechata V'Nechamata, Da'amiram V'Yoma V'Yiru Amen. Yehei Shalom Rabbah Min Shemaya, V'Chaim Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael V'Yimru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'Mromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu v'al Yisrael.
v'imru. Amen.
May the source of peace in the high heavens, please. Please.
Shalom b'Ramav, uyaseh shalom. Aleinu v'chol Yisrael, v'yimeru.
May the source of peace in the high heavens cause peace to descend on all of us and all Israel, upon the terribly broken world that requires us to try to heal it ourselves, upon all of us who mourn our beloved dead at Yizkor, as together we say, Amen. On page 626 is Ein Keloheinu to the tune of Dayenu. Don't tell me you don't know the tune. Afterwards, very brief Kiddush and Motzi so we can enjoy our meal together. Oh, we're doing traditional Ein Keloheinu, it's fine. Ein Keloheinu, Ein Kadoneinu,
Ein Kemalkeinu, Ein Kemoshienu, Micheloheinu, Michadonenu, Michemalkeinu, Michemoshienu, Nodel Eloheinu, Nodel Adonenu, Nodel Emalkeinu, Nodel Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu.
Bruchim atem v'voachem, v'ruchim atem b'tzeitchem me'atav ad olam. Blessed are you as you come into this sacred space, and blessed are you as you go on your way. And as you go on your way, I hope you carry the traditions and stories and memories of your loved ones to bring you joy and love and peace, as together we say,
Amen.
Amen. Ele moadei Adonai mikrei kodesh, asher tikra'u otam b'moadam, vaydaber Adonai et moadei Adonai el b'nei Yisrael, baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
And a Motz. By the way, she's getting ready for Motzi. I'll ask you to bring your festival books out to the rack so they don't get confused with the Shabbat books.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
It goes like this.
Oh, yeah.